Tight ball game against the Blazers that turns to a blowout after a fourth quarter three-point barrage out of Nickeil. Alexander Walker hits 4 threes in the fourth, and where they were briefly trailing in the fourth quarter, Timberwolves balloon up to a 20-plus point lead. They finish this one winning 121-109 in Portland on the second night of a back-to-back. So the Wolves had some forces going in against them, and Anthony Edwards was also questionable to play in this game. He showed up. He did some things. 18 points in the first quarter. He was ready to roll. It makes so much sense, Ant having his football background too, because you watch the vision on this guy as he weaves through people to get these open shots for his layups. And if there's any amount of space, he's got the right footwork to just navigate through all that, get to either hand to finish with just perfection. And you don't have to worry about where the opening is because he's basically ambidextrous. His left hand is so good. You don't even have to think about that. He also proved that late in the fourth quarter with that lefty floater bank shot that was probably, 10, 12 feet out. That was so impressive. And Ant was just, I think the Grady tweet was toying with people all game long, and that was such an accurate description. He was hooping, doing whatever he wants, and the game still wasn't all that much of a blowout. I mean, I talked about it was tight all the way along. Portland never really went away. You got good performances out of Simons. Ayton wasn't really missing the shots he was taking, and Scoot Henderson has really kind of popped into prominence lately. He's not going to win Rookie of the Year or anything. There's too many great rookie seasons happening, but he's really starting to flourish, and I love watching him. I feel like Portland plays really well when Scoot is out there, and when you got a name like that, you're destined for greatness. But the Timberwolves shot themselves in the foot a little bit. I led off last video mostly talking about Karl Anthony Towns' offensive game, how you would implement the floater against the Clippers, and how I love that and thought it was deterring from some of his weaknesses and could prevent that. And then I noticed that right away in this first quarter, there was 2 opportunities where I'm like, oh, he could totally shoot a floater here. One, he passed off, immediately a turnover on the pass. The next one, he doesn't take the floater, instead tries to drive more aggressively, picks up an offensive foul. And then he would pick up another offensive foul and another foul in that first quarter. So you'd have 3, has to go out of the game. He wasn't controlled in this one. I saw multiple opportunities where I'm like, oh, floater would be great there. Instead, there was no diversity in his offensive game in this one, just turbo button. And that's how he was destructive and wasn't unproductive. So that was disappointing to see, but I'm not going to overreact. We're just about to All-Star break. Cat was overall a little lethargic through most of this one, but doesn't mean that he can't pick those things up and improve. But I was just like, wow, it was night and day watching that Clippers game versus this one. Also, Jade McDaniels, who I was so hyped up about last game, he has a donut in this one in the scoring column, an assist column, and it was he was great defensively, but nothing from Jaden really on offense in this one. Not a lot of people stepped up. I mean, Gobert was super good again in this game. Like, he has been probably the most steady performer through the season, and his floor has just been really, really high this year. He's been really, I was going to say dominating again. It's the word I think of every single time I talk about Gobert. It was true yet again. So impactful on the defensive end, getting offensive rebounds. I mean, it's never anything too different, although I've been saying his offensive game's been growing a little bit. But he's just bringing it every night. And that's why the Wolves are the 1 seed. We got one more game before All-Star break on Thursday against the same Blazers, same time, same venue. See you then.